Hello, 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 hello. How are you? This is Els coming to you from Bemis Crafty Corner, and today I have this for us. This is a vintage late 1800s Christmas card, but here's the thing. With best wishes, and then on the inside, there's this little printed piece of paper that says Christmas wish, and then it has some stuff, and then on the back, it's signed from Lissy. And this is made by E. Hamilton in London. And the way that this was is you had the outside piece, and then you ordered the inside pieces, and so the outside really didn't match. I mean, this has got spring flowers all over it. It says, with best wishes. You open it up, and it's a Christmas card. So, paper was, you know, expensive, and printing was not cheap back then, and it wasn't easy to do. So this was probably something where she had the covers, and normally she would just, you know, put in a little piece of paper and write a note, but because this was a holiday, she had something printed up and you know, tied that in instead. So we're going to sort of replicate this. This is an embossed piece here on the front, and then there's, you know, some ink work. We're going to sort of replicate this. What we're going to make looks like this, and it's just a little bit smaller because that's the size card we can buy today. And but, you know, basically it's kind of the same thing. We are going to stitch this part in as opposed to just wrapping the thread around. But that's just because it's, see how loose this is? And it tends to tear the paper, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to stitch it in. Okay, so I'm going to get a supply list together, and I'll be right back. Give me just a second. All right, supplies on this one. No adhesive. Okay, so if you want to make the original size, then you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 4 by 6. And you're going to fold that in half, and then your inside piece is going to be 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. I'll put the measurements in the description below. But we're going to be concentrating on this one today, which is our own, you know, the size that we can get closest to it. So for this, I went and got a pack of cards and envelopes that are 2.5 by 3.5 inches. The envelopes I'm going to use for something else, but the cards I'm going to use for this. So I want those, and I want to tea stain them, and then I want some additional paper that will fit inside that's also tea stained. And for this, I would use like onion skin or parchment, something that is a richer texture than just plain copy paper. And these should be cut to 4.5 by 3. We're going to want some kind of a label cutting die or a punch or something, and some tea stained scrap cardstock to cut that out, and that's going to mimic that embossed on the front. Your bone folder, you're going to want either friendship bracelet cord or embroidery thread, a needle, ink, and a dauber if you like that look, and then whatever you want to decorate this with. Okay, so I'm going to get everything out of the way, and I'm going to come back and we're going to get started. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to start by getting our bases, you know, kind of put together. So you should still be able to see the natural crease from when these were creased, but don't, you know, don't take it for granted that that's going to match them, you know, perfectly, because they've been in hot water now, and they may have changed size or warped or something. So make sure that you've got them lined up corner to corner, edge to edge before you press them. We're going to go ahead and press these with our bone folder. Now, if you want them flat, you'll need to press them out, either by putting them, you know, between some books, or you could get out your iron and actually iron them. But once we get all of these refolded, what we're going to do is we're going to fold our papers. So let's take these and we'll just kind of set them over there, and then we're going to get our paper and again, We're going to match it up corner to corner, edge to edge. We're going to give it a nice crisp fold. And once we have these done, we're going to put these into these. So we're just going to put it in there where we kind of want it to be. And we'll make a nice little pile of these, and then we'll move on to the next part. Now, if you're going to mass make, this is something you probably could mass make just the bases ahead of time, and then you would be able to, you know, stitch them in and get them a little more personalized to the project. So let me get this out of the way real quick. And I've got a couple of paper clips here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to put this paper where I want it, top, bottom, left, right, the whole 9 yards. And I'm going to get it set just where I want it, and then I'm going to use my paper clips to hold this in place. All right? And once I have that done, then I have to sew it in. So I'm going to get about 12 inches or so of my embroidery floss. And I'm going to get one of these little things. Now, you can buy these in, let me show you guys. You can buy these in the craft store. They're needle threaders. And you can pay a lot of money for them. Or you can go into Target or Walmart or whatever and just buy the ones that are for flossing your teeth. It's the same thing. All right, so all you do is push this together. You put it through the eye of your needle. Just like that. Put your thread through there, through that loop. Pull it back, and it threads your needle. Okay? This is for people like me that are old and we can't see anything. So, I know, right? Doop. Does not want to go through. Well, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Right. Eek. Threading a needle is not easy when you're old and blind. Alright, so I have my needle threaded. So now all I'm going to do is just find where I think the middle is. And I'm going to put a hole in it, but I'm not going to go all the way through, because I'm going to come in from the outside in. Okay? And then I'm going to come up, you know, about 1/4 of an inch or so from the top, put in another stitch, take that all the way down to the bottom. Again, I'm going to find that spot that I like. And you shouldn't have to put this into foam. It should be just fine, just the way it is. And then we're going to come up through the center. And then what I do is I pull this so that my tails are the same length. And then I pull it up. All right. We do want one on one side, one on the other. So you can use your needle or your pokey tool or whatever to bring the thread over to the other side. That way you have one on each side of that stitch. Okay. And then we're just going to make a double knot, right over left, left over right. And then traditionally there would be a bow here. So just tie it like you're tying a shoe. Tie a bow. And bring it down just a little bit. You know, you want it to a decent little size. And then what I like to do is double knot. And then you can cut your tails off at any length you want. Okay, so that gives you that bow on the side. Take off your clips and you're ready to decorate. You can do anything you want to decorate this, all right? So the first thing I'm going to show you is we're going to talk about how to put that faux embossing on there. So I'm going to get all of this out of the way and I'll be right back. All right, so to do our faux embossing, we're going to get out our scrap piece of tea-dyed paper and our die, and we're just going to, we're going to cut something out here. So we're going to give this a cut. Boop. Done with that. And now we have this little piece here. Put that away. We don't want to lose it. I will lose it. Yes, we all know this. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to ink this. And we want to ink our card. If you're going to round the corners, now would be a good time to do it. If you're going to ink the paper inside, now is a good time to do that. Generally, now is a good time to do just about everything. All right. So this is already tea dyed, so like adding a little ink to the edge doesn't do a whole lot. But there might be some places where it's light like this that you might want to add a little something. And if you want it grungier, don't add tea color. Add black to it or smoke or, something like that, okay? All right, so now I have that, and it's on the left. And this is my little plate that I'm going to put on here. And I kind of want that to be a little grungier. There we go. So all I'm going to do is glue the plate down on here. And this is where I'm going to get out one of my glitter pens, and I'm just going to go around the edge, and this is just going to make this stand out a little bit, but I'm going to be real careful not to roll up on it like I usually do. So slow and easy. All right, that's just going to make it stand out a little bit. See, it just stands out. All right, so now that I have that, now I can do some decorating. So I'm going to get out some stuff to decorate. I'm going to put the ink away and I'll be right back. All right, so there it is, all finished. I just added a little rose to it, and you can write in here. You could just write here, or you could write on all of it and use it as a little mini journal kind of thing. If you want to make these in advance, you could make a stack of them, rubber band them together and put them in your bin, and then just take them out, stitch them together with whatever colored thread works, and decorate them in any way that works for the project that you're doing. Okay, so if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends, and then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant community. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, and I post videos at least twice a week, usually on Mondays and Wednesdays, but you never know. It could be any other day of the week. And I have a few things going on in 2022. The first of which is my free classes. I'm doing a series of free classes. If you're interested in those, the best way to get information is to make sure that you select the all notifications when you ring the bell. And that way you find out about those videos as soon as they get uploaded. The second thing I have going on is my 12 of 22 journal challenge. You do not need to make 12 journals. But if you'd like some information on that, all you have to do is go to the description box below and click on the link, or cut and paste, whatever works for you, and go over and check out the slideshow, give you all the information. And if you are interested in finding out what videos I have coming up, you can check that out either in my community tab, or you can check it out on my Facebook group in the featured articles. Both places have a listing of all of my videos that are coming out, all my sales, all my classes, everything, in the dates that those are expected to come out. And if there is something that you have an interest in that you would like to see my version of, or you would like to have a tutorial on something that you saw that you can't find a tutorial for, send me the video, let me know, and I'll be happy to take a look at it and see if it's something that I can help you out with. Until the next time, stay safe. Bye-bye.